Money Talks is sponsored by Astound Broadband.
A proposal has been put forward by presidential candidate Kamala Harris, although not in detail, about taxing unrealized gains to raise more money for the federal government. So you may owe money if your stocks and assets rise, even if you don't sell them. Same for your house. Or would this only be for the very rich? Well, we talked to an expert tonight in an all-new Money Talks to try to get some answers.
So I will tell you this, there's a lot of things that are left in the gray area or question marked or unknown, right?
One of those being who would be affected by unrealized gains.
Okay, so if we're taxing unrealized gains, are we doing away with the tax deferred system or the program of, your retirement accounts? They're all tax deferred. Is it just going to be non-qualified assets, your standalone annuities or brokerage accounts?
If an expert like Rojo has this many questions, you can see that the confusion would be immense. But he was just getting started. What about your 401k?
The 401k, that's a tax deferred idea. Are we going to go into doing that? What happens on the back end if we tax it, the unrealized gains now? Well, will you make that 401k tax free later on down the road? So there's a lot of questions and a lot of things I think that's left out. And so for us as advisors, the one thing we know for sure, if it comes to fruition, the way we plan is going to change dramatically.
And Rolandis has an idea on what one of those major changes will be to portfolios.
Now we're going from having the least amount of cash possible in your portfolio to now cash is going to become a huge part of your portfolio because we're going to need money to be able to pay that tax bill.
So when does Rojo think that this would happen, or is it even possible?
If it does come to fruition, which I think it won't go into fruition maybe a year or two down the road, because that's a lot.
And again, tax law would have to get passed, in which Congress is very unlikely to do. Rolandis went on to say how important the Roth IRA is, and this new tax idea would make it even more valuable as it doesn't get taxed at distribution. Of course, that law could change as well. The Harris proposal on unrealized capital gains starts at those with wealth of over $100 million. But remember, the federal income tax, when adopted, was only at 1% on the very wealthy. So we shall see.
All right, a lot up in the air. Thank you so much, Kris.